Hi internet. So I'm hella late in talking about this, but I mean I'm hella late in talking about everything pretty much, so y'all shouldn't expect no better from me at this point. But pretty much everybody has listened to Jay-Z's new album by now. What's it, 444, however you're supposed to say it, I don't know, there's a bunch of numbers. And you know, it's been talked about a lot, mostly because of, you know, Jay-Z pretty much confirming all the rumors that were circling around from Beyonce's Lemonade, that yeah, he did cheat on her and all that stuff. But one of the songs that stuck out the most on the album is Story of OJ. And what I'm finding is that a lot of people are either like misinterpreting a lot of the stuff that Jay-Z was trying to say, or the message kind of just completely went over their head anyway. So I don't know, I was sitting there, so I was like, why don't I make a video trying to explain it to you guys, because you know I know everything, so duh. But no, in all seriousness, I feel as though there's some really deep-rooted stuff in the song, and I think people who don't really understand it need to, because it's really important. So I guess where I could start is just the title. It's called Story of OJ. So in the video, you know, everybody knows O.J. Simpson, you know, the football player or whatever. So back when he was still playing football, you know, that was something he actually said, like, yo, I'm not black, I'm O.J. And the reason that's in the video is because what happens a lot of the time is a lot of black people, when they become wealthy or they're like really influential or whatever, they feel as though that like all of those negative attributes that come with being a black person is just gonna like magically disappear, which of course it doesn't. So like when OJ said he's not black, it was like he was trying to kind of just push his blackness aside, saying like, no, I've risen above that. And that kind of ties in with the chorus of the song, where it's like, no, you know, no matter who you are or what you do, you know, you could be the richest, most upstanding person, but at the end of the day, if you're black, you're black. And whatever negative attributes people put on black people, you know, you're gonna be stuck with that no matter what. Even if it's not true, like, it's just something you can't escape. And you know, OJ is not the only person that's guilty of this. You know, pretty recently, Symone, as crazy as she is, like, she said she doesn't consider herself African American or something like that. And it's kind of the same thing, because I can guarantee you, if Symone only had like $3 to her name, she never ever would have said that. You know, she kind of thinks that she can again rise above being black, but again, that's not a thing you can do. And it's like, she also said something about, I'm not gonna hire you if your name is Watermelon Drea, stuff like that. But she's kind of out there. I mean, your name's Symone, like, you better not be talking about Watermelon Drea, because your name is kind of crazy too, so let's keep it real. And you know, obviously most black, you know, celebrities or people in entertainment don't do this, but it is something that you do see a lot. So back to the song, you know, besides what was being said in the chorus, something that was, you know, pretty prominent in the song is, you know, is money. You know, he talks about money a lot. And one of the big things he was trying to say is that, you know, black people, a lot of the times when we, you know, suddenly come into like all of this money, we don't know how to handle it. Like, a lot of the times, like, people will, well, black people more specifically, will put on a front, if that makes any sense. Like, you'll like buy all this stuff to like show people how rich you are, like, yo, look at this new Maserati I got, or, you know, look at this $5,000 Gucci belt or whatever, you know, holding up the stacks of money to your ear. But then like 10 years down the line or whatever, when your career is starting to fade away, you know, you wonder why you ain't got no money. See, the thing with it is, like, he's like, when he was making the comments about, you know, holding money to your ear, he wasn't necessarily trying to like jab at all those rappers that do that. I mean, he kind of was, but like, that wasn't the point. What he was trying to say is that we as black people, when we do get some type of money, we need to learn how to, you know, make our money work for us. Cause like he said this like in a couple different ways in the video, but like you need to invest your money and, you know, make more money off of it. Don't waste it on a bunch of crap, because at the end of the day, your career is not gonna last forever, especially if you work in entertainment. Like rappers in particular, like it's like Jay-Z and Snoop Dogg. Like nobody cares about old rappers except those two. Like they're like past their prime technically. So it's like if Jay-Z for some reason was not relevant right now, you know, he would still be okay because he did, you know, invest his money in different companies and stuff like that. That way he can keep making money, you know, after, you know, his rap career is gonna be done, because he's not gonna be rapping forever. Like let's keep it real, he's gonna stop eventually. But you know, a lot of other rappers don't do that. You know, they wasted all their money, you know, trying to have a good time, you know, spending money at the strip club or whatever, and then when they 50, 60 years old, they're wondering, you know, why are you back in the same place you started at? So another big thing about the song was the imagery used in the video. And the best way I can put it is that, like, even though all of the things in the video are offensive, that's the point. It's supposed to be offensive. You're not necessarily supposed to look at that and be like, oh my god, this is great. Like, everything you saw in that video was used deliberately. And like, a lot of the things that you saw, they weren't just, you know, random things that people came up with. Like, a lot of it was like references to other things that happened like in the past. Like at the beginning when, you know, he's in like the like Looney Tunes circle, you know, referring back to old Looney Tunes cartoons where, you know, they had characters running around that looked like all the characters in Jay-Z's video. And then like it said like J-Bo at the bottom, which is supposed to, you know, be Sambo. And then what else was it? You know, towards the end of the video, you know, the strange fruit imagery, and, you know, all the Uncle Toms and the Mammies and like the Pickaninnies and all that stuff running around. You know, the point of it is that, well, one, to be shocking, you know, so you watch the video obviously, but it's supposed to show you that, hey, no matter what you do, again, going back to the chorus, these negative attributes, if you're black, they're going to be attached to you. So again, no matter who you are, other people are going to see you as this caricature. You know, even though that's not who you are, it doesn't matter. That's just the society we live in. And you know, what I think kind of sucks about it is because... And you know, what kind of sucks about it is that a lot of people, like, hear the chorus and they see all of the racist caricatures and they're so, like, quick to push it aside and just like, oh, this is offensive, this is racist, you know, I don't like it. And again, you're not really supposed to like it. Like, if you're so quick to dismiss it because of what you see, you're not gonna get the point of the video. Like, I've watched it a couple of times just to, you know, digest everything that I've seen. And if you don't understand the song, and then you're too, on top of that, you're too fixated on how racist everything is, you know, the whole message of what he's trying to say, it's just gonna go over your head. So I do think a lot of people need to, like, just stop taking it at face value and, like, try to understand what's going on in the video, because unfortunately pretty much everything he's saying in the video is extremely correct. Like, we as black people, we're messed up, you know? We have a lot of problems, and, you know, obviously most of it is stem from, you know, slavery, segregation, you know, police brutality, you know, all this stuff we got to deal with, but at the same time, some of it, to a certain extent, is our own fault. But, you know, we gotta build ourselves up. We gotta fix what's wrong with ourselves. Like, the one part where he's like, you know, talking about take your drug money and, you know, build up the neighborhoods, like, you know, that's like what the Italians in the mob did. You know, they were doing all these illegal activities, but, you know, they were, you know, fixing up the neighborhood, you know, bringing all other Italians in, and, you know, they living good. But then turn around, and black people, you see us doing the same thing, and it's like, we just making our neighborhoods worse. You know, it sucks, because it honestly is a sad thing to see. Like, we as black people are kind of in this cycle of self-destruction, and it, you know, it kind of sucks, but at the same time, like, what can we do about it? Like, I feel as though, like, we've just been so messed up for such a long time, you know. It's kind of like, how do you get out of that? You know, when a whole race of people have been systematically oppressed for like 400 plus years, like, how do you just fix all of that in a couple of years? It's like nearly impossible. But, you know, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I wish I did, but I mean, I don't really know what to do about it, you know? Wow, this got really sad. I'm depressed now. But anyway, that was just my little 2 cents about it. And I mean, maybe some of y'all have different interpretations of what was in the video. I mean, that's what I got out of it. If you feel any different, or, you know, you just want to have a discussion, feel free to leave a comment or whatever. And, you know, hopefully people don't, you know, start acting crazy. But it's the YouTube comments, so I doubt that'll happen. But I'll see you guys some other time.